Are you ready for the reveal of the modern Maui house in San Diego, California? Well, I am, so let's get going. And by the way, it did take a little longer than 6 months. Now that is a friend. She had to get it done in 6 months.
Yes, and a day.
And a day. Maria, wow.
Hi.
Oh my, hi.
Hi. How are you?
So good to see you.
So great to see you.
Back in San Diego.
As always,
I
it's
love
great
it.
to be with you, Rebecca.
What a first impression.
I know, wow.
And what
right?
a difference.
What a difference.
With that wall gone, you had the vision for that.
I was hoping that it all worked out the way I planned, and it really did. I'm thrilled.
I can see why. That just makes this whole space look so open. So let's just start with the door.
Okay.
Geez, oh Pete, where did the green doors go?
The green doors are some
They're gonna be on Facebook Marketplace anytime soon. I mean, just the fact that this thing pivots is incredible. It's huge. How wide is this door?
Oh, it's about a 5-foot door plus the 2 side lights.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
Isn't it great?
And you know what? I think I'm thin enough now that I could actually enter through this way if I wanted to.
You definitely can.
Oh
That's
my
your
gosh,
door.
it's like a...
This is my door.
So I love these pots. Where'd you get these?
These come from the Phillips collection, and I noticed them a few years ago at a show, and I thought, oh, I have to have them.
The Phillips collection, those guys do such a great job
They
on
do.
really organic looking furniture
That was
pieces.
exactly, I was waiting for the right opportunity to use them, and this worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Now, before, did you have the wood in the ceiling, those grates, or foam, or what?
There were terrible beams up there, and maybe about 15 of them.
Terrible beams,
Yeah,
not
they
just
were.
beams, but they were terrible beams.
Skinny little beams, and some of them were metal, not even real wood.
Oh yeah, that is terrible.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we decided that we would keep a few because in the center is an electronic motor. This chandelier can
Oh,
come
does
down
it
and
drop
be cleaned.
down?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
so we
I
needed
love
some
that.
of the beams in order to hide the cords.
Yeah.
And I just love the way we rebuilt them and boxed them in.
Some of the details that I wanted to point out, I mean, Maria, she's on a little break, but she did use this fossil stone as this main flooring for the house. But this is the part that really stood out to me. Remember, these were round columns. She squared them off and then she put a base on them. But look what she did here. When the stairs went down, a lot of times you'll see people go like this and they make their baseboard come here and then they go like this. She brought this all the way down and then it gets to the full height here. I had done this at a house in Del Mar here in California where they had, you know, wood baseboard, and when it came to a step down living room, I did the same thing with baseboard. So I love the concept, and I think if you are faced with something like that where your stairs go down, what can you do? Here's an idea. Maybe it's something you can use. This is absolutely beautiful. This fireplace, how this turned out. I mean, thinking about what this fireplace looked like before.
Gosh, it was crazy.
Unbelievable. But this is beautiful. Taj Mahal?
Taj Mahal,
Yeah, in a polished.
Yep.
Now, what in the world? I've never seen this before. Wait, is that wallpaper?
That's wallpaper.
I thought it was stone when you sent me a photo of it.
No, it's wallpaper. It's a wood veneer with a metallic applique. You see how it's sort of stitched on there and applied?
Well, I'll be able to see here in just a second. Oh, yeah.
So it's hand applied onto the wood veneer.
Oh my gosh. So it's like cut out.
It's cut out and sort of
wow, that is
stitched on there, isn't it? And unique.
But what's interesting is more wood shows over there, so it kind of ombres into
it
this
does.
like
It
effect.
does.
And of course, you've got the diamond fire down here, right?
Yes.
No, those are like little actual diamonds. They're not real diamonds, are they? They could be real diamonds.
They're
she does
definitely-
things like that.
They're real diamonds, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Now, these
Thank you.
chairs look super comfy. Are they They're swivel
Yes,
chairs.
I know how much you love swivels.
Yes, this is great. So you can sit and look at the fire.
Yeah.
Girl.
I know, I just went a little cray-cray with all the different shapes, but the whole modern design with the tropical just seemed to fit this house, the architecture of this house.
The shape of this sofa is very contemporary.
Yes, yes.
And I love how it rounds there.
Yes.
And then you've got, what do you call this,
Kidney shape.
kidney-shaped table. I think the room is absolutely gorgeous, but I do miss those drapery. You didn't put drapery
I saved
back
them
in.
for you.
Did you? I know. I did not get a chance to make our custom-made dresses yet. Are we going to still have our little party?
Yes, we're gonna have our sleepover.
Oh, good. Sleepover at the modern Maui house.
Move over.
Exactly. You get on that side, and I'll be on this side. And well, now we've turned it into a tete-a-tete.
Hi.
Tete-a-tete. Do you say tete-a-tete or tete-a-tete?
I say tete-a-tete.
Me too. I say
Yes.
tete-a-tete. That
Okay.
way everybody's happy. So far, you guys, leave us a comment below. Are you loving this house? I mean, what a difference she made here. And everything is so neutral.
And I
in
did it in
color.
6 months.
Right. Time for me to get you some
That's a
therapy. Yeah, it didn't happen that way, but you tried. So look, we step up here. Now come on, this used to have a wall here.
Oh yeah, and didn't we hammer it down together?
We did.
We did.
I
We
feel like
contributed.
I've been a part of this project.
Yes, you have.
I love the use of a live edge table. Did you guys have this made, or did it come? You bought it this way.
I selected it from some choices of live edge tabletops.
Yeah.
And then had the base made.
And then you've cased this little alcove. Was this alcove here before?
There were 3 different separate alcoves, and the whole wall was made of old marble.
Isn't that crazy? This piece, it's just so long. I mean, this has got to be longer than 100 inches.
This is 126 inches long.
But I see that there's a little trick you did here. Tell us about that.
Yes, there's 2 tricks actually.
2 tricks.
Number one
Trixie
is
and her tricks.
I couldn't find a piece of furniture this long, so these are 2 pieces that I put together. Sometimes I put a stone top on it, just
Yes.
one top, to cover the seam in the
back,
middle,
yeah.
but I didn't do that here. And the other trick is that to do a built-in would have cost me 4 times as much money.
At least.
Yeah, and then when I go to sell the house, price of that built-in is just
Gone.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you sell this house, will you sell it furnished?
If they would like it furnished, they can pay an extra amount for the
Yes.
furniture. Yes, yes.
Okay, so this is a way to save money and get the size that you need.
And the look that I wanted, it
Yes.
worked out perfectly.
Yeah,
So,
it is
why
beautiful.
not?
Yeah, and then just sitting a mirror on that rather than hanging it. It's kind of cash and
Yeah, well,
fun.
we didn't have time to get it hung before
Oh,
you
are you
arrived.
planning on hanging it?
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
well, so 6 months, you guys. Remember, she said
6 months and a day.
This turned out great. You told me you were going to do this.
Yeah, I wanted to create a wine wall, which is really popular these days.
Yes.
And it really fit the space, and it's right off of the dining room, so when you're entertaining, you just grab a bottle of wine.
Exactly.
It
Now,
looks-
this is not refrigerated,
This
correct?
is not refrigerated. but-
Which is fine. That's a good thing to know. A
Right.
lot of times when you think about doing something like this, if you're going to do a refrigerated, which you have done many refrigerated,
Right.
you have one in your own home.
And there's one in the garage that's fully refrigerated.
There
so
you go.
This is more
This
for
is more
display.
Yes, display. Well, really, you're not going to drink the wine that goes in here?
Yeah, definitely.
Clearly. Let's remind our friends watching that Maria has a store called Le Demora or La?
Le Demora.
Le Demora. It's here in San Diego.
San
You know
Diego.
what? My friend Jen, whose home I'm staying at, I come and stay in her guest house. She said, I went in there during the holidays, and
Yes.
she said they have the best Christmas decorations.
Yes, yes.
And for San Diego, 100%. Now, of course, in Tulsa, I think that Amber Marie and Company is the place. But each state has to
Has
have
its
its
own.
place. And for California, you've got the best. Not just Christmas decorations, but all the furniture, everything you see, the furniture, the accessories, the art, the lighting, the wallpaper, the everything.
And we had some great conversations about you that day.
Did you?
When she came in, it was a great
Good.
great
Well,
conversation.
let's not share that with
I'm
people
gonna share
because
those.
we're going to keep that to ourselves. Okay, I can't wait to see this because this area is where
Oh
you
my
made
goodness.
amazing transformation.
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Crazy.
This took incredible vision
Oh,
for you
thank
to come
you.
up with this. It's
Thank you.
absolutely stunning. All right,
Thank
let's start.
you.
The cabinet, what's the color? Is there a name for that or do you remember?
For the cabinets, it's just more of a natural, but this is white oak.
Okay.
And it allowed me to get this warmer color.
What is this countertop?
This is a black honed absolute.
Black Absolute. And yet you changed it up for the island.
Yes,
You did something
yes.
more interesting. This is gorgeous stone. My
This
goodness.
is really my
Quartzite?
favorite. This is called Patagonia, and there's actual fossils and crystals mixed in with the quartzite. So it's every piece is very, very unique.
Let's talk about the main focal point wall, which is your cooktop or your Viking range. This has got to be 60 inch?
Yeah, this is a 60 inch.
Wow, I don't think I've ever used a 60 inch. 48 is the biggest, but it's what you needed for the space.
Yeah, it really fills the space, and
Yeah.
I thought it made a statement.
Yes, it does. It's gorgeous. And the statement it makes is this person who owns this house cooks, which is why I've never used one before.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love the
I cook.
backsplash. The backsplash is gorgeous. And then you got your nice wide hood, but your floating shelves made out of the
Yes.
same material as your cabinets. Looks great. And the way you've staged it, it's just enough. It looks so good.
Yeah, just simple elegance.
Yes, and you've used the black knobs, which ties in. You've got your brass down here. So she's got all the different finishes working
Yeah.
in this kitchen. You have a prep sink over here, but let's get over to this area.
yeah.
I love this wall. This
Voila.
is a galley sink. Now,
Yes.
I've used galley, you've used galley, but I have never seen, is this 60 inch? No, this has got to be bigger.
This is 5 feet.
That's 60
That's-
inches,
yeah,
okay. Which I think is
my
the-
height.
Exactly. Basically, this could be your coffin. Yeah. It could be mine
Well,
if
I
it
hope not.
Yeah, I know. This video is not sponsored by Galley.
No.
It's not sponsored by anybody. But I just want to give them a shout out because I think that what they've created, no one else has. I think some people now are trying to sort of mimic this look
Yes.
as in anything that
Yes,
comes out.
yes.
But these guys do it so well. I use this at the beach house. Remember, you've been to the beach house, yes.
Yeah.
And it comes in all different kind of wood grains too.
Yeah, colors, different
so
colors,
white,
yeah.
gray, all kinds of colors.
Yeah.
But it looks this beautiful. Is that walnut?
This is a walnut.
Yeah, it looks awesome against the black for your countertop. And then some open cabinetry here. I'm sure glass is going in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way.
But she had to get it done in 6 months
Yes. And a day.
and a day. Yeah, 6 months and 2 days and that would have been
Yes.
done.
Yeah.
Now, your ceiling in here. This wasn't like this, was
No,
it?
No, this whole room, of course, as you've seen in the photo, was completely different. I popped the ceiling up to give a little bit more height, added the wood to the ceiling. Again, just wanted to warm it up and give it some more texture.
Not only that, you repeated a design style that you have in
Yes.
other rooms.
Yes.
So this just kind of ties in what she's already done in
Yes.
some of these other rooms, some of the ceilings. This is like a huge difference.
Oh my.
There used to be like right over here, Maria,
fish
there
tank.
used to be a fish tank right here.
giant fish tank.
That jetted out and took up so much space and then weird things popping down from the
Everywhere.
ceiling.
Oh my goodness.
When we originally were here, you said
Yes.
you were going to fill in this floor and make it all one height. But it looks like you changed your mind on
I
that.
did at the 11th hour, the night before the concrete company was coming to fill the floor all to one level, because that curve that was here was very dangerous and very outdated. I had an epiphany.
This would have made a really short ceiling.
It would have. And I thought,
Look at
why don't
that.
I do a sunken living room? And then I got to keep all the height that was here and still create a perfect little seating area. And then I got to add this little sitting area.
Plus, you were able to keep your doors.
Yeah.
Had you raised this floor, that would have been an issue.
Oh, I would have had short little doors and
that would not have worked.
yeah, I love the whole volume that I have now.
And I love the colors. You brought in this kind of like a gray blue shade. What color do you call this?
It's sort of a
navy.
charcoal with
Let me get my glasses on.
yeah,
I'll
you
tell
need your glasses. There's no blue
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
kind of a gray blue.
I don't see any blue, but that's okay.
You don't see blue in that? Seriously?
Does anyone else see blue in this? No.
Oh, come on. You got to see blue in that. I'm sorry. Some of us have very,
from
very
a distance,
sensitive eyes.
you're right. You could see a tiny
Yeah.
bit of a blue.
Yes.
But it's pretty much a charcoal with creams and browns, and again, very earthy colors. I just wanted to keep
And
it
the
more
pattern's
natural.
very earthy.
Yeah, just
You
goes
know?
with the style of the house.
Love this coffee table.
I know, it's one of my favorites. This is by Hooker, believe it or not.
Really?
They came out with this a couple years ago.
Wow. I love it. What size television is that?
That's a 100-inch TV.
Now, let me show you guys here. Let's talk about this. You know how I am about a television should always be smaller than the thing under it. So if it's a cabinet or a credenza,
Right.
in this case, the fireplace is larger. It's not hugely larger, but it is larger, so she wins. But she said that this is a 100-inch fireplace and this is a 100-inch television. Why is it that this steps in? Because they measure it from corner to corner. So when you're
Right.
looking at a 70-inch or a 55 or a 60-inch television, you're not looking at
Exactly.
60 inches wide. It's actually smaller than that.
It's the measurement on the diagonal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do recall that office was green.
Yeah,
And it
was
had some pretty
crazy.
funky stuff. But you said this
Yeah.
was your favorite room. The art is amazing.
Thank you.
It looks so good.
Just coral, close-ups of coral.
Cork.
And cork wallpaper, yes.
Oh,
You got it.
That looks so good.
Yeah, it needed some richness in here because it is sort of an office and maybe a little mini den.
Again, you're beautifully, light stained cabinetry. Is this still the white walnut or white oak?
Yes.
And the desk itself. And then you used leather on the handles.
Love these handles, a caramel leather. This is the first time I've ever done a warm color wood like this. Normally it's just more of a
Grayish,
whiter or
yes,
grayish.
yeah.
But the style of this house and the trend going to more earthy and organic, I thought, let me try something a little bit different.
And hasn't it been fun?
Yeah,
to
it's
do
been
that?
great. It's been great. I feel comfortable.
Remember, you had walked us through why there was such a big difference in the feel of this room from
Yeah.
the beginning because of how the window treatments were before,
Oh, my
taking up
goodness.
so much of the space,
Yeah.
and losing essentially a bay of window. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But before, 2 of those were gone and 2 of those were
Yes.
gone. You had 2 center windows.
That's it. And you lost
an
the beautiful
incredible-
corner edge glass.
Yes.
That opens up the room.
Which is a very expensive thing to
It
do
sure is.
architecturally.
It sure is.
So when you have it, you should show it off.
Yes.
And then you did an organic rug under here, which is
Yes.
perfect for this kind of free-flowing organic look and feel. And I really love this sofa and the pillows you chose, all of your accessorizing. This is a cool piece.
Yeah, this was here.
It was?
Yeah.
That's
Again,
amazing.
I used things that I never thought that I would, but it just worked.
This room used to be broken up. I think there were built-ins over here and then across here and then a desk
Yeah.
that jetted out with a dropped soffit. The shape of it, we can't even say on camera, but it was not flattering.
No, it was weird.
It was just, once you saw it, you couldn't not
It looked
see
like
it.
body parts.
Yes, that don't belong to women. There you go. Starts with that, never mind. But I think that what you did here is just so yummy.
You
And
just cleaned it
I
out.
can see this as being a destination spot, you know, an area to hang out, besides all the other areas, of course.
Yeah.
But this is just more intimate.
Look
because
at the
it's a smaller
view.
room.
It's just
Yeah.
so peaceful.
It is. It's beautiful. This is great. He and she are here.
They're here.
The he, she. Let's go. So right now, when you walk in the house and you look this direction, that is a really great ta-da.
Yeah, it's very striking.
Moment. It
isn't
is
it? Yeah.
striking. That's the
Yeah.
word. Except I see that you have an outlet
I know.
that's still white.
My bad. I know.
We'll have to get Daniel, my friend here. He could paint that for you.
Yeah, I know. I need to paint that.
Yeah, that. Yeah. But you know, if you'd have had 6 months and 5 days.
Yes,
Are we at 5 now? 4?
I thought we were at 4.
Okay, 6 months and 4 days. That would have been taken care of. Okay, which direction? They're going to go to the granny room. This used to be the granny room.
This is the granny room, which is not
This
so
will be
granny.
where I stay.
Yeah, this is a fun room.
What? I have never. That's Palachek, I can see. 'Cause
Yeah.
you got to take the tag off that.
Oh,
see,
yeah.
Now we're at 6 months and 5 days. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Isn't it cute?
That's amazing.
It's on its own little switch, so it can become a night light if we want it to, or a dim light. At night, this room is amazing because the ceiling glows, and these are on. It just is
You feel like
incredible.
under the sea.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
and
that does look almost like an octopus kind of feeling.
Yeah, and you have the little rippling pond outside.
Super cute. You did the doors in here too.
Yep.
And then this turned out really cute. Is this cloisonne?
Those are old Frederick Cooper lamps.
Oh, wow.
They were here. I just reused them.
Good for you. They actually look cute. They sort of bring in the colors.
And guess what we have for you?
Oh my gosh. Let me guess. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, happiness. Another swivel chair. Oh, these are really cozy.
Yeah, aren't they cute?
They're so cozy. And I'm kind of cold.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Mr. Sunshine didn't show up today.
No, didn't.
And so these feel really good.
Bless yourself.
Just getting rid of that fireplace.
Yeah,
And now
right?
being able to see it all at once. This is stunning.
Isn't it
Maria.
great? Wide open and
Oh my gosh.
so spacious.
And you've got your ceiling treatment
Yeah,
here.
added the ceiling treatment here. Anywhere that we could, that would seem like a natural.
Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
the use of the silver
Yeah.
and all of the almost kind of champagne looking with those, look at those sconces.
Aren't they pretty?
This reminds me of the Holly Hunt fixtures that I
Yeah.
used at the beach house. It
Yeah.
has that rounded thing, but it's quite different with this like
That's
almost
a faux horse here.
I was going to say horsehair
faux
look.
horsehair.
So no horses were hurt
No.
in the making of these
Not on my
sconces.
watch.
Not on her watch. Oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. Love this. Love the area rug that you've done.
Thank
Brought it
you.
out nice here. I do see some blue in here.
There's definitely blue in
Thank
here.
you. Listen, hey, stay right there.
Definitely blue.
Stay right there. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold that thought. I gotta check something.
What
I have to
are
make
you-
a point.
Where is she going? Oh, gee. She has to win.
Okay.
Here she comes.
Wait. I really should have thought that out. That was a long run.
Yeah, that's a long run.
That's a long way to make
Yeah.
a point.
Okay. It's got blue. Yes.
Woo!
Yes. Blue. Okay.
Up here. Up
Blue.
high. Bam.
Blue gray. How about that?
Blue gray. This is where that little tiny chaise. The chaise was about the size of this tree.
Yes. It was tiny. Yeah.
Love
it was
this.
tiny.
And with the art pieces above there that are very neutral and just like texture. And this fixture up here.
I know. Looks sort of sea urchin looking.
Well,
kind
it
of
looks
the
a lot like
theme
my
with the-
hair when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, me too, especially today.
It's beautiful. This fireplace is gorgeous. It looks like you've got fossil stone. Is that what that is on the fireplace?
This is actually a brushed travertine.
I was going to say it
Yeah.
might be travertine.
Yeah, they
And
actually
travertine
brushed
is
it.
so out now,
Oh,
but
yeah.
this isn't.
Yeah, I fell in love with it. I thought it looked like sand on a beach.
It does. It totally
And I
does.
thought it was perfect for this house.
Yeah, and it looks kind of like that fossil stone that you've got on the rest of the floors, in that
Yeah.
it's got sort of that the little hole. I don't have the glasses on. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yes,
textured.
it
More
has-
just texture.
Yes. I like what you
Blue.
Oh,
Red. Ooh, wow, fire.
see, you could.
Little purple, little teal. I think a little
If
green.
you love a woman, do you know that song?
Yes.
Oh,
I think I'll stay with the neutral.
yeah. This wall over here turned out great too, and I love that piece of art. That is just like the epiphany of this.
Of the carpet, correct?
Yes.
Well,
And then tell me about this piece of furniture. Is this something you designed or is it something you purchased?
Just a floating piece of cabinetry that I had made, and I'm going to put some hardware in the middle, some pretty handles, and put a stone top on it.
Yeah, the stone top, and this is pretty big. Is this what, 5 or 6 inches?
It's a 5-inch top, and it just makes it a little more special.
Yes, and it also makes it very contemporary. I think it
Yeah.
looks beautiful. And then
Yeah.
let's talk about this area over here.
Yeah.
Remember we sat in those big overstuffed leather chairs last time? That
giant-
was compartmentalized?
Yeah, those giant honking leather pub
Yes,
chairs.
yes. Hi there.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you. I don't
Yeah.
want to speak to you. Hi there.
Mind your business.
It's like, talk to the flower, not to the,
Talk to the hand.
right?
Yeah, this is quite comfortable, actually.
It is.
I can get used to this.
This would be a great place to, like, you could sit and read a book, and I could lay here and listen to my book.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Audible listener. Okay, so those are cool. I see that you do that. You hang like
Three-dimensional
three-dimensional items.
Yes.
Who makes those?
Those are global views.
Oh, yeah. Are they expensive?
No, not really.
So
I
why'd
think
you do this?
I was saying hi.
Oh,
Through the
hi.
flowers. Hi there.
Hi there. Yeah, where are they from?
Global views.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Should we just take that down
Yeah.
for just, oh wait, it could take a minute. Oh my gosh. Wait, what am I doing? I'm not even looking around. Is this even the same place?
Barely.
Is
Yeah.
this even
Yeah.
the same?
This is major-
We should
major
probably not
change.
start at the shower, but come on. Maria.
Yeah, remember the vanity
Yes.
was here and the shower was here.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting goosebumps.
Yes.
Does that take you out to an outdoor shower?
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, you guys, come
Modern
look.
Maui.
I had no idea this. She never even told me this.
Yeah, we're about to plant it with planters,
is
but
so
we do have the plants in here, but not the pots.
I love it.
And I have
What
a little
clever,
stool coming and some pots.
clever
yeah,
uses
just
this
cook-
space. Was this wall even here before?
No, we built this. Yeah, this was just outdoor, but
This was just outdoor.
yeah, we just wanted a little,
This
you
girl-
know, Hawaii feel. You know, when you take your outdoor shower.
Oh, and here's your schluter.
yes,
Yes,
lots of
remember
shooter.
we learned the word
Yes.
schluter from her last time.
Yes.
This is so cute. And it's
Isn't it
super skinny. Is it less than 24?
It's 24.
It's 24.
Yeah.
24 inches is about as narrow as you should go
Yeah, yeah.
for a door. Most people can get through that. How fun to have an incredible shower here, his and hers, or hers and hers, or his and his. Anyway, I'm just saying more than one person. It's a party shower.
Yeah.
Hey, this is an interesting little
Yeah.
niche.
Well, the wall was an angle, so I just decided to use that space.
yeah.
Can never have enough
Did you-
shampoo.
Right? Well, it doesn't take a lot for my short hair, but I would
no.
imagine yours takes longer.
Yeah.
You have handheld.
It's steam. It's full steam.
Yeah. Nice. And I love the fact that it's antique up
Yeah,
there.
it's kind of like a little Frank Lloyd Wright collection.
Yes,
and
really?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And then we added the wood to the ceiling to blend.
Yes.
'cause that
Remember
was-
what the cabinets and stuff were like in
Oh.
here? They had that drop down thing.
Oh, it was awful.
I'm going to give you win the award right now.
Oh, thank
First
you.
place for
Thank you.
creative thinking, certainly in
thank
the
you.
entire house, but in the shower, amazing.
This one's called Cascara, and what's beautiful about this, it's in an egg shape.
Yes.
But look where you're sitting.
Right. It's got the.
So for people who
Hey,
don't,
eggs are actually like that.
Yeah, they
Have you ever
are.
opened them up and they're like, there's more white on one end than there is on the other? Sometimes it's weird.
but a lot of people don't want a freestanding tub. because they can't get in and out of it. But can you just model that, what you just did?
Yeah.
You can actually sit on that.
it and then whip your legs over.
Yeah, or you can put your book down on it, or your drink, or your food.
And is this an option to get? This
That's
with
an
it?
option if you want to
I love that.
put
And
something down.
is this the part of that same Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yes, it is.
And who's the manufacturer?
This is Brizo.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, Brizo,
Yeah.
stepping it up.
Yeah.
And a beautiful little outdoor.
Yeah, once
know?
it's finished, it will be really pretty.
Yeah. What you need 6 months and
six
6 days.
Yes.
And that would be finished. This is a really beautiful piece. Your choice of lighting in this house, but
Yeah.
everything is so unique.
Yeah, I tried really
really-
hard. Lighting is so important.
Oh,
for me,
for sure.
The lighting fixtures just really make a statement, and that's one of my favorite things to do.
Now she has a mirror that's floating that she's lit from behind. Is this the same tile that's in the
Yes.
floor?
Yep.
So she's connected that. Then this is the Cristallo
Yes,
as well.
it is.
And it's beautiful. Then she's done an apron front on it. Ample drawers, a place to sit to do your makeup. And look at this. Oh,
Isn't that
you
pretty?
know, you don't often find the right wood sculpture places. Love this one.
Stunning.
Or it's perfect in a bathroom. And look at the back of it. Hello. Actually, whoever did this did such a good
I
job.
know, it should be displayed all the way around.
Yeah, it should be on a rotating thing
Yeah.
so you can see it. That's
360.
amazing. Yeah. And then
These are medicine
that's
cabinets.
like a modern version of a medicine cabinet, and it's lit inside.
Yeah, and I didn't want to have a medicine cabinet, but that medicine cabinet has pipes behind it, so I needed to hide them because they were not movable.
Interesting. I typically don't. If I can get rid of a medicine
Yeah,
cabinet,
I
I
normally
do.
do, yeah.
However, because this is such a big bathroom and there's so much space and so much white, I feel like that completed this
Yeah.
whole section, and it takes your eye on up to the wood here.
Exactly, and I love the wood elements in this house. So you want to take a shower in the outdoor shower, I know you do.
I want to do it all. I want to wash my hands, then get in the tub, rinse off in the shower, and then go out and do. But we got to pick a better day.
Yeah.
It's a little dreary
Boring
today. This is what you showed us when we did the walkthrough,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the reason you
yeah.
picked it was because it's little thin pieces.
It looks like
on
bamboo.
mesh,
Yeah.
and they can curve with the wall. So you kept the curved wall, but didn't this used to go all the way across before or
Yes,
something?
yes, this vanity went all the way across and it got really strange right here in the
Yeah.
corner. So I cut it, I made a new vanity and then exposed the curved wall, which I think is really interesting.
I do too. And then when you got to the straight point and you brought it all around, so total flow, I love that. But I love this tile that you picked here.
Yeah. Remember we talked about
Yes.
doing something dark and
Exactly.
and black.
And
yeah.
it's not just black, it's like a black brown, which goes so perfectly with this.
Yeah, and that's, years ago, we used black toilets all the time. I hadn't used one in years, but this was the perfect opportunity to blend it all together.
So this vanity is gorgeous. Now you did that thing that you like to do where you put
Yes.
your knob in the center
Yes,
and you get some
yes.
really fabulous knobs. But what I see here is interesting. This reminds me of what we would consider a vessel sink,
Yes.
but it's dropped
Yes.
into the thing. Is it meant, could it be a vessel sink, or is this
No,
made
this is
specifically
meant
for
to
this?
sit into the
Within like a half inch.
Yeah,
of
with just a little
chocolate.
lip.
And then the other thing she did is she took into consideration the fact that this was sticking out. So she picked her center point here, giving her about the same amount of space on the right as on the left. So, job well done as always.
Thank you.
It's
You
beautiful.
work with what you have and you make choices based on what's here.
But don't you think it's kind of almost, at least I'll speak for myself. For me, I think it's more fun when you come across a challenging space than when you have, let's say, a new build and you can
Right.
do anything you want.
Right.
Because you just put in the basic, things like this. But when you've got some funky thing, it makes you think outside of the box and come up with
That's
something
why I
really
do
amazing.
remodels. I really like the challenges and
I do
I
too.
like overcoming them.
Yeah, me
And
too.
walking through on a day like this and seeing it all come together all worth it.
Doesn't it make
Yeah.
it? You must be so proud of yourself. I
thank
wish I
you.
had given you an extra 5 days. That was very not nice of me. You know what? I'm really glad you kept this railing, but did you do anything to it? It looks different.
Yeah, I changed the glass from a frosted design glass to clear glass. I just updated it.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was just a kind of a cost-efficient way to update it and clean it up.
And then, of course, you did a really cool light fixture here.
I mixed the metals everywhere in this house.
Yeah,
because,
and I love that.
You know,
okay,
it is what it
hey,
is.
this looks so much better with the door being higher.
Yeah, remember it was a tiny little door for
Yeah.
midgets like us.
Well, 6'8" is not tiny. That's a standard height for
I
most
know, but it
people.
looked tiny.
In this
Really
house,
tiny.
it did.
Yeah.
So we had the
raised
yellow room, the blue room, and the green room.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Let's see what they look like
Yeah.
now. So here you've got a queen size bed.
Queen size
This worked
bed.
out beautifully.
It's just a very simple room. I
Yes.
stage every bedroom just to give people a feel of what the room could look
Could
like.
look like, and how much furniture will fit in a room.
Yeah, you know, if you walked in this room empty, you would think, God, it's small. But look how much space we have.
Exactly.
And it really is so spacious. But if you don't have the furniture in there, they can't really imagine that.
Exactly. That's the thing that I have found is that people, when they walk into a space, they don't know which wall to put the headboard
Right,
on. They don't know
right.
what to do. So even if you don't spend tons of money, although this looks like you did, but you do it on a budget and you do it
Yeah.
carefully,
Yeah.
you're able to paint a picture, because you guys have to remember this house is going on the market. It's going to be going on the market for sale. So this lets the potential new homeowner know, hey, easily a queen size bed could fit in here. In fact, a king
Even a
size
king.
could as well.
Exactly.
And have room not only for that, but for artwork and a place to sit. Over on this side. So you mentioned you were going to do a barn door, and I love the fact that you kept with the same door design as what you have everywhere else.
Yeah, we put a barn door here because it doesn't take away any space from the door swing in the bathroom. So when you're
Right.
in the bathroom, you don't have a door in your way. Plus the vanities are drawers. I'm really liking drawers now
yeah.
instead of doors. You don't have to reach down and dig around down there. You just open the drawer. So if you can imagine the door opening and then trying to pull out a drawer,
That
just
doesn't
didn't
work. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Sure
this
can.
turned out great. It's very clean. Oh, I know. I like the tile that you did on the back of the shower.
Yeah, it looks like a reeded
It does.
wood,
Yeah,
even though it's
like
tile.
bamboo almost.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, keeping with your feel, your tone, your
Yeah,
your
fossilized
theme.
floor, just simple and clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really pretty. So we're down at the other end of the hallway.
Yes.
And there are 2 more bedrooms. This was the blue one, right?
That was the blue bedroom.
Okay, and then
yes.
that one was green before, so we'll
Yeah.
take a look. Now the green one is kind of a
Flip-flop of the first bedroom.
okay, so let's
Yeah.
take a quick look at what you did in there. And I know, again, you used things that you had and stuff just to get the point across for staging.
Yeah.
But I like what you did here.
Yeah.
What
As
was
a
this
little
before?
this
A little
was
linen cabinet?
Yeah, it was a linen cabinet. We made it a little coffee bar, a little snack area if you have guests or kids.
Yes.
They have their own cold drinks and waters at night, so it's pretty
So they don't
useful.
have to do all the work is to run downstairs to
yes.
get themselves a bottle of water.
Or they don't have to say, Mom, can you
Right,
bring
that
me a water?
exactly. For that reason, it's good. Okay, so I see what you did in the bathroom. We'll talk about
Yes.
that on our way out. But this
Yes.
turned out cute. I love those light fixtures.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just a little cute room. Again, flip-flop of the other room, same size. I put another queen bed in here. It's so spacious.
And you've got a fair amount of size spacing between your headboard.
Oh, this could easily be a king-size bed or larger nightstands.
And so you chose to do that because of putting the pendant lights in
Yes.
advance?
Yes.
That
yes.
gives the next homeowner an opportunity, if they want to do a king size,
Yes.
that they can still have
They
that
can
space
still do that.
correctly.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when we came and saw this bathroom, when I
Yes.
was walking through here the last time. It had a kind of a quirky little shape. The shower was very small,
About
but you
3 by
discovered
3.
something in the process of, she comes around with a hammer, sledgehammer, and pokes holes in the walls. And so you told us that there was a space there you could get rid of.
Yes.
And thus it would make
A much larger shower. Since we took that old fireplace out, we didn't need the flue anymore, and thus we got a normal sized shower, which is really, really important. I don't know how we could have ever sold this house with that small of a shower, so that was really critical.
Here's one of the things you did I think is really smart, and I know it's a question some of you have. Let's say you pick out a tile like this, and this is what, 48 inches tall, 48 by something, I don't know.
The tile, yeah.
Yes.
2 by 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go, 48 by 24. So where do you start your tile? Do you start at the ceiling and come down and then have a seam essentially dead center? Or do you pick the very center and then seam above and seam below? And you can see right here why that would be the ultimate choice, because having a single seam in the middle just looks wrong.
Yeah.
This looks purposeful, like you created a banding on the top and bottom.
Right, and picking your tile design first and your layout first is critical.
It is.
Because after it's up, it's too late.
Yes, and I can just give you a note that you probably would agree with. When your tile layers are putting the tile in, make sure you're home that day and watch from the moment they start, because it doesn't matter how, if I could give them pictures that have exact drawings of everything, and they still would get it wrong. And tile is something that is not going to come back out and get changed usually.
Right.
Someone's going to have to pay for it. All right, the blue room. Remember how weird that wall was? Wow, that looks so good.
I used accents of blue instead of all blue.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's done in good taste.
Yeah.
This looks so great here. I love this.
Very peaceful and comfortable. It's
Like a Jenny Lind crib, that kind of look.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so serene. Okay, do you remember what your all-house wall color is in this home?
I used Sherwin-Williams Greek Villa.
Greek Villa.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Yeah.
It's
love
a
that.
nice white.
It's a nice white. It's not too white. It's not too creamy. It just seems to be soft and beautiful.
Yeah, it has sort of a, I don't want to say gray because, you know, gray is going out, but it has almost a undertone of just softness. All right, so this looks really, really good. Is this a king size?
This is a California king.
Okay.
And it fits huge, beautifully in this room.
Guess what? Guys, I have to tell you, if you're not from California, maybe you don't know that there is such a thing as a California king.
Ah, yes.
When I moved to Tulsa, they just say king on everything. And I'm like, well, is it an Eastern king or a California?
Well,
They're like,
East
it's
Coast
just a king.
as well.
It's
Yeah.
just a king.
Yeah.
And so turns out that just a king means Eastern king, right?
Right.
And so an Eastern king is wider and shorter by a few inches each direction. But a California king is longer and narrower. So
Right.
there are certain times when you want to do that. This is a Cal King, meaning it is longer. But you need to know that when you're ordering sheets.
Yes.
Because if you get the wrong size, your sheets will never fit right. I just thought I'd throw that in as a freebie. I think that you've done a really great job. None of these rooms are over the top. They're just done well.
They're just simple.
Yeah, they are. Simple but beautiful and elegant.
And guess what? If somebody does want to buy the house and they don't want to wait to decorate the entire house, they can move in and it's ready to go and change it out slowly. So it's a win-win for everyone.
So people can buy this house fully furnished.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If not, you can go to Leda Mora and pick up a few things.
And refurnish.
So now, here's something. Each one of these rooms, and we haven't taken you outside yet. I've been waiting for this room. So remember, there was a room on this side, there's a room on this side, and then the center room. And this one has almost a bay window effect with a door. And we're going to open up these shades, and then we're going to let you see what awaits us outside. Thank you so much for joining us today for this walkthrough of the modern Maui house in Southern California. Maria, round of applause for brilliant, genius interior design work. You guys can see why I love her so much, and she's so sweet. You did such an incredible job.
Thank you.
And thank you for allowing us to come into her space to see it. Let's all put up a nice prayer and fingers crossed, whatever, however you want to do it, that they sell this house and they make a nice tidy profit on it, because it is, whoever gets this is going to be so fortunate to have this home.
And then we get to move on to another one.
That's what I was going to ask you. What's your next project?
Just keep going, keep going.
I also want to say, just a little side note, that Maria did get this accomplished in record time, and I have given her so much heck for not getting it done in 6 months, because I knew I could never get it done in 6 months, so if I can't, why could she? But there was a reason why it actually took a year, and what was that, Maria?
Yes, you know, it's a good lesson even for pros like us, Rebecca, because once you uncover things in a remodel, you can find all kinds of issues and problems. And when we uncovered the balconies to add some treatments to the ceiling, we found that we had a dry rot situation. So I had to take it all down and redo it from scratch. So that's
what happens when you start breaking down the walls and seeing what's behind them. And I bet a lot of you watching have had similar stories in your own remodel projects where you opened the wall and found, I don't know, a dead body or something. Probably not. I hope it wasn't your Uncle George. Where did he go? If you're interested in knowing how to decorate your own home in a way that can truly make a difference, I suggest that you click on the link below to the design sessions. That's where I teach you all the design principles that can truly make a difference in your world, in your life, and in your home. The very same things that Maria and I have talked about today, only in depth. Please subscribe to this channel if you are not currently a subscriber. Leave a thumbs up for this video, and of course, we always want to hear from you.
surprise.
Oh, keep the camera rolling. Oh, what? Oh, you're matching my hair. Now that is a friend. She didn't want me to be the only white-haired lady in the room, so you've got yourself a long version.
I wanted to try it out and see if it was as fun for me.
Let's go. Here, let's take a quick shot.
It's bothering me. It's itchy.
She's always wanted to be me.
Always, yes.
Love you.